Please welcome Jeremy Strong. Okay, great. I'm going to ask you about that. Welcome. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
Do you have a bit of an entourage here tonight in the audience? Who's here?
Well, my mom is here, and my brother's here, and I've got an entourage here, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Hello. I want to meet you all afterwards. It's great to see you. I had no idea, maybe people in the audience know this, that before you were acting professionally, you had all these interesting kind of behind-the-scenes jobs in the entertainment world. You were a production assistant on movies directed by Steven Spielberg and Woody Allen. Were you Daniel Day-Lewis's assistant on one of the movies that he did?
I want to kind of face
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you know, I just always had I think a really voracious appetite to learn and absorb as much as I could. So yeah.
Was the Daniel Day-Lewis experience something particularly as fascinating as I would imagine it would be?
Yeah.
What did you learn by assisting him on that set?
You know, it's hard to quantify. I think if anything, well, I'll say, watching that montage of everybody here, I remember I read something once a long time ago. D.H. Lawrence said that the work of every true artist is the salvation of every other, and I always find that to be true. So it's incredible to be here, you know, being honored with all these remarkable actors who are back there in the green room doing really, truly virtuosic work. Well, Daniel is just somebody who exemplifies a kind of commitment and courageousness that I think we all as actors aspire to bring to the work that we do.
Yes. When you look back, think back at everything that you've been able to achieve in these last 5 years between the trial of the Chicago 7, Armageddon Time, and of course Succession, are you objective about it? Do you sit back and think, does it surpass your dreams?
Yeah, I mean, it amazes me. It amazes me to be, you know, sitting here and getting to do the work that I'm getting to do, and it amazes me.
So it's interesting. The character that you play, Irving, in Armageddon Time, as many people know, is basically a stand-in for James Gray, the writer-director's father.
Yeah.
What were you given access to? He was alive when you got the role. Did you meet him? Did you listen to his voice? What did you decide you wanted?
Yeah, I mean, this character is based entirely on James's father, so the onus on me, the responsibility felt massive to do something that was true to the man and try and somehow capture his essence and at the same time have ownership over it creatively. So it was, you know, challenging. He describes the character as a Jewish Stanley Kowalski with a PhD. And this scene that you showed, you know, the script, it's a beautiful film. If people haven't had a chance to see it, I hope you get a chance to see the film he made. But I love characters who are up against something that they may not be able to handle. I love characters who can't quite meet the moment that they find themselves in. And this scene, in a lot of ways, is about a kind of inadequacy in facing weathering the storms that are coming at this man. And I was very surprised by the vulnerability that the script revealed, sort of peeling away layers of this character that we see as quite a brutal. You know, we see him be quite violent and brutal, and then there's other sides of his humanity. So it was it was a great challenge and a great privilege to do this movie.
I especially enjoy all of the moments in this film with Anthony Hopkins. I thought he did a fabulous job in this film, as did you and Anne Hathaway.
Thank you.
How did you all kind of work to become the family unit that you so clearly are in this film? Were you given a decent amount of rehearsal time?
No rehearsal, but everybody kind of shows up ready. You do a lot of work, and the text always, I think, gives you everything that you need, and a lot of your work is just internalizing that, and then you sort of show up and trust each other, and with those actors, those dinner scenes were a real kind of free fall and a joy.
Well, I can only imagine. I'd love to know what different generations, different members of James Gray's family have said to you once they saw this movie.
Well, James was sort of withholding. He didn't want to give me any information about his dad at the beginning. He wanted me to just sort of do something according to my own instinct. But I wanted a real kind of soil sample of who he was and what he sounded like. So I enlisted his kids as spies. And his kids actually got a tape recorder in front of him and took some videos for me. And so that was...
And they felt like you nailed it?
I don't know. It's interesting. James, the first thing James said to me and Annie was, "Whatever you do, don't nail it." So, which is a wonderful thing for a director to tell you as an actor, because oftentimes you feel the opposite of that there's some pressure, expectation to land some triple axel lutz of a moment, and James is really just interested in the honest search. And so it's my favorite kind of way of working.
I'm thrilled that you're here. You are going to come back, as I explained to you. I'm going to interview everybody one by one, and then you're all going to come back for a group interview at the end. But I'm so happy that you joined us.
Thank you.
Jeremy Strong, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Hang out there for a second. Up next in our special order, we have Ke Huy Quan from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Before Ke comes out, let's take a look at a clip.